Hello children, I am Needu, your English teacher. Today we are moving to our next poem, No Men Are Foreign, written by James Kirkup. The title of the poem, No Men Are Foreign, means that no men belong to another country. The poet wants to say that all men are same, all human beings are equal. He wants to promote the concept of universal brotherhood. Everyone in this world is same. All people, all men are same. They eat, live and die the same way. Everyone gets the bounties of nature like sunshine, air, land, etc. in equal way. There should be no discrimination between people on the basis of their appearance, religion, or region. Many of the times we view others with narrow lenses and even try to view them in a different way. We have many ways of thinking of other people as different. They may belong to a different country or speak a different language. In this poem, however, the poet reminds us of the many ways in which we are all the same. We are all human beings. Now, let's go through the poem in detail and understand the meaning a little more better. Here's the first stanza. Remember, no men are strange, no country is foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes, like us. The land our brothers walk upon is earth like this, in which we all shall lie. The poet, James Kirkup, says that no men are strange and no country is foreign. Just imagine our earth without any borders which have been made to separate different countries. Then we'll feel every country as our own land. Everyone will be free to move around and nobody will consider anybody as a foreigner. Who is called as foreigner? A person from another country, right? So, if there's no separation by means of borders, we all human beings, belong to one country and there won't be any foreigners. The poet says that the entire earth is one and all the people who live on this earth belong to one human race. Look at the next line. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes like us. Inside the uniforms worn by soldiers of different countries, the human being is same. Only the outer uniform or the type and color of the dress is different. God has made all of us in a similar way and all breathe in the same way. Then, the land our brothers walk upon is earth like this, in which we all shall lie. All our brothers, all the people in this world walk up on the earth. The earth is same everywhere. Earth is same everywhere. The land on which our brothers walk is same as the land we walk on. And by our death, what happens? We shall lie in the grave, and where's the grave built? In the same earth. So, what's the content of the stanza? No men in this world are strangers and no countries are foreign. Then, beneath different kinds of uniforms, dresses and face, all have the heart of man. All are human beings. All our brothers walk upon the same earth we walk on. And after our death, we all will be buried in the same earth. Then, moving to the next stanza. They too, aware of sun and air and water, are fed by peaceful harvests. by wars, long winter, starved. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read a labor not different from our own. They, the word they refers to the people who belong to other countries. Okay, we call them foreigners and discriminate them and fight with them. In this stanza, the poet says that nature has given all the facilities, all the bounties to all people, just like he has given to us. Don't think that only we are provided with all the facilities. Everyone gets sunlight, air, and water in equal way. Nature doesn't show any partiality to any people, any country. That means God does not differentiate between people from different countries or different land. Then, are fed by peaceful harvests, by wars, long winter, starved. We all do farming and harvesting and are fed or eating food in such a way. We live a relaxed life and eat the things given by the nature. But during wars and winter time, we starve. War and winter, these two words denote the difficult situations in human life. During such times, people all over the world will starve, and through this line, the poet wants to say that tough times are there in everybody's life all over the world. When we face some obstacles, we think that we are the only one who suffers in this world. But the fact is, each and every human born in this world has his own problems. And he faces it and live his life. There are lots of people who don't get food or other essentials. And it's not a thing happens only in our land. So, the poet wants to say that foreigners who belong to another country and we both are same. Next line. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read a labor not different from ours. What's the meaning? Even their hands are same as ours. What it means? It means that they work hard like we do. Every person who is born in this world should work hard for their living. So what's the content of this stanza? Nature never differentiates between any human beings. It doesn't show any differences based on geography, race, or religion. Then the sun gives us its heat and energy to everyone equally. Similarly, all need air and water to survive, and the nature provides it equally. All have prosperity and peace at the time of harvest. However, long wars and winters make the people starve all over the world. They all work hard to survive with the same kinds of hands. I think you understood. Now we are moving to the next stanza. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and strength that can be won by love. In every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. The poet says us to remember that the people of another country, whom we think to be as our enemies, have been given similar appearance like us. God has given them eyes like ours, which open when awake and close when we are asleep. Okay. Similarly, He has given them strength which can win through love. Then, in every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. What's the meaning? In every country, in every land, there's one common thing. What's that? Life. That is life. If we can recognize them and if we can understand their feelings and realize that they are like us, then there will be no fights or wars between us. Okay, so what's the content of this stanza? Our vision should not be clouded by narrow ideas. All men are born and brought up in the same way. They all have eyes like us. They wake up and sleep in the same way. They have the same strength that can be won by love. Love binds them together. The common life in every land is same, and we should recognize and understand it. Now we are moving to the next stanza. Let's remember, whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispossess, betray, condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other. We should remember that whenever someone tells us to hate a person from another country or to consider him as our enemy, and whenever we think someone as our enemy, then we deprive ourselves. We cheat ourselves and we condemn. What's the meaning? Blame. We condemn ourselves. We should stay away from such negativity. We should not see anyone as our enemy. During a war, both the parties or both the countries must bear the loss. War causes great loss to the people, the country, and as a whole to the complete humanity. Whenever we pick any weapon against someone, we should remember that it is taken against us. It is taken against the human race in which we are also a part. Okay, so I'll read the lines once again. Let us remember, whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves. That we shall dispossess, betray, condemn. While we are trying to hate others, we are hating ourselves. We should understand that. Remember, we who take arms against each other. So the content of this stanza is, hating our brothers means hating ourselves. Raising arms against the people of one land means raising arms against humanity, in which we are also a part. Okay, then if someone says us to do so, then stay away from them. Okay, now we are moving to the last stanza. It is the human earth that we defile. Our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. Remember, no men are foreign and no countries strange. You can look at the meaning. It is the human earth that we defile. Defile means make dirty. We should keep in mind that whenever we pick weapons, we raise arms against any person, what happens? We make the earth dirty. We make the earth defile. Whenever war happens, it leads us to a lot of bloodshed, fire, and death. These dead bodies accumulate on the earth and make the earth defile or dirty, impure. Then our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. Finally, at the time of war, the fire erupts, the smoke comes out, and the dust fills the air, isn't it? Then the poet reminds us once again that no men are foreign and no country is strange. Look at the last line. Remember, no men are foreign and no country is strange. The first line is written in a reverse way. So, what we said in this stanza, hells of fire and dust are our own creations. They pollute and destroy the war. Really, the war happens in between human beings, isn't it? It's created by human beings. Then they pollute. As a result of war, what happens? Pollute and destroys the purity and innocence of air. We should remember that Mother Earth belongs to all the people in this world, all human beings. So that lines once again. It is a human earth that we defile. Our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere around. While we raise our arms against others, or while war happens, it is against us. It's against our Mother Earth. Even while we are trying to destroy others, we are destroyed along with that. Okay. So that's the content of the poem. Really, as a whole, we can say that God has made all people equal, but we make differences between people for our selfish motives. We start to hate even our family members due to our ego to be more powerful. By doing so, we harm ourselves. We become the objects of hatredness in the society. We should learn to live with others as brothers. We should learn to tolerate, forgive, and compromise. Only in this way our life would be happy and peaceful. I'll read the poem once again. No men are foreign. Remember, no men are strange, no country is foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes like ours. The land our brothers walk upon is earth like this, in which we all shall lie. They too, aware of sun and air and water, are fed by peaceful harvests by war's long winter starved. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read a labor not different from our own. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and strength that can be won by love. In every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. Let's remember, whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispossess, betray, condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other. It is a human earth that we defile. Our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere around. Remember, no men are foreign and no country is strange. Written by James Kirkup. So that's the meaning of this poem. Read the poem once again and understand it very well. After reading, take your notebook and write the notes. Here it is.